ticking away. No big surprises there yet. Even I was like, woo, what a tongue twister on that one. Something like that from Fnatic.
That's it. It's a very good point. We've got Echo, we've got Maestro, both of it.
Very funny at the disparity you get between playing.
You can see Empire just slowly building. They're not in aggressively over the Pro League season so far and picking up kills whilst he does it, but it will be league season. Back in week 2 against BDS, they got a good win, 7-3, but then suffered in week 7 against G2, where they took the loss there famously before coming towards SI. We've got a couple of kills as players come together. Magnet will hit Shepard, but Sider will get straight in and trade that out. Lusty, however, trades one straight back out again on to Sider, so that will now leave us 3 versus 3. However, some small amount of site control is in the position of Empire, and they are in a position for Joystick to start getting that diffuser down. Dan will pick up Lusty as he tries to rotate back towards site. Joystick will be taken out, but not before getting the diffuser down. This is now a retake situation. Virtue will try to hit them with the Nitro, but will be unsuccessful. Dan has managed to position himself outside of the pool door. He's just going to hold back now and try to wait for any sort of diffuse attempt. We've got Kajeka upstairs who will be taken down by Mentalist. That could be a big kill. Dan is now aware that somebody has moved past. He has to progress forward and do something about this. 1 and 2!
Once the diffuser was down, Fnatic had no choice but to try and retake the
Hell there, just looking to get it once again, all heading towards top floor control initially. Shots fired in towards him there, and that will show that there's somebody up top, but Magnet with a beautiful Nitro toss given the chance. So if they push too hard onto him, Empire might find themselves losing men here.
Wow. They're even losing that gunfight there as well. Joystick swinging in, but Lusty managing to find the kill before Joystick could find anything. Scyther, though, is going to redeem his teammate there and get the kill back on towards
in over the first half of Pro League. As I mentioned, we've had Shepard literally running into sites and just gunning people. Kajeka getting the kill onto Tex vertically there, and that just shows how important this top floor control can be on coastline. Shepard moves in and he's going to look to get a plant down towards the default spot, and that is an essential kill from Scyther, just preventing the challenge coming into Shepard there. So he does get that down, and he knows enough to stay prone. He wiggles his way.
What's the most is the score on the board, and 2-0 is that current score.
As we've said so many times, Team Empire excel when they can carry out the same actions in the same way, and they just use the skill, and they're better than you, and they can keep to that structure. They are more than capable of varying if they need to, but that's when they start really getting aggressive and excelling, and that's where I think on Cool Vibes, an unseat Tex from the spot where Dan was playing earlier on. In a great spot though, Dan will unseat Tex, just like said. Very little room to contest him. That's it, Fnatic really need a plan to prevent that. Dan gets a second, and this is exactly what I was saying. Empire to clear him out, because as soon as they do, the avenue opens up to dicey for Fnatic here, to say the least. In comes a drone, in comes a challenge. Magnet gets one. Shepard trades it out with a kill onto Magnet, and that now leaves Mentalist in a 1 versus 4. 1 versus 3 as he takes Shepard off the board and gets the diffuser down. This could be a potential clutch for Mentalist here. He has the diffuser beneath his feet. He can keep himself safe behind the reinforcement. 10 seconds to go. Empire have to push here. He knows that. That's another kill. 1v2, 1v1, and the clutch comes in. He recognised that he had 15 seconds left to live out that round, and that the diffuser, we can see one has been detonated, but that slows things down for 10 seconds. He can't be pushed. Magnet with his second.
Virtue still hanging around here inside of Theaton with a beautiful little spray into Scyther. Brings him down before he can do anything. Wasn't even looking for a fight. But Virtue says, I don't care. He needs to disappear. Knows one more's got off towards the right-hand side here, towards the double window. And they still need to be contesting this one right now. Going to find a spray coming through. It's going to be yet another kill for Virtue. Even in the interview, we saw them saying at the start, you've got to watch out for this man. And this is giving you more.
The words I used was Stone Cold Gunner for Virtue, and he's proving me right. Dan will take out the default cam. A little bit previous on the shots from Fnatic, but it doesn't matter as Mentalist.
Sorry, at the half.
We've seen the stats before. Coastline was one of the most bad for you.
It will.
That's exactly what Magnet has competitive siege for a short time, but he's already being really well utilised. Virtue with the opening kill onto Kajeka, that keeps us even, I think, in the entry stakes or thereabouts. It might actually just put Fnatic up by 1. I think they are 3 and 2 at the minute of picking up those first kills. So that's Kajeka off the board, and that will be the book utility loss. lost, which can be important. It's not essential on this site, but if you can get control of Sunrise, you can certainly do some work from the underneath to try and move around those defenders, push them into the lines of sight of your waiting attackers. We can see the nade there just being taken out by an ADS. Dan unable to make that challenge, pushes on into sight. Tex steps out and gets the kill. Mentalist onto Shepard, and that now leaves us in a 4 versus 2. Joystick 1 onto Magnet there, but this is all to do for Empire. 4 seconds left, and it's unlikely they're going to get any joy here. Joystick gets 1 kill, it wins in their fixtures. Is that going to be a bit of an omen here, Des? Round 1 not so good, round 2 great.
That reimagination is Magnet on the Maestro. I mean, this is the problem. The freedom they have previously in the last 2 times they've assaulted this site has been pretty good. They've been allowed an awful lot. But I agree with you, the changes coming through here do say, well, we don't want you having the top floor anymore. We don't want you getting cool vibes so easily. And Tex, why would you push into that, my buddy? He still finds himself a kill, even though he's got no H1 at this stage in the round, where you've wasted a good minute and 15 seconds of the attacker's time.
Dan will finish Tex off with the nade toss, and that will leave us in a 4 versus 4. 1.5 minutes, as you say, before Empire can get in and get that top floor control. We've still got a man just at the top of the main stairs there playing, but Sider will take the head off Virtue, but will be challenged on a refrag from Mentalist there.
These couple of members are lurking, so the rest of the team can act, but with 30 seconds left, they've got to start acting soon, and Shepard does exactly that.
And that is exactly what's going to need to happen. 20 seconds to go. It's unlikely that Fnatic are going to push to any degree that will allow Empire to completely clean house here. But how about that?
Oh, they downed him.
Come in, down Shepard, and the diffuser is cold on the ground. Dan looking to push in and pick up where his teammate left off. Karjeka gets one onto Lusty, traded out by Mentalist, leaves us now in a 1 versus 1. Dan needs the kill, but what? At the minute, he is unstoppable. Everything just working in his favour, but that could well be having an impact here.
Dan trying to get close, but just in the nick of time, we saw Virtue jump onto his drone, get the indication that a vigil was nearby, and he was alarmed straight away, guns up, ready to contest Dan. Doing a good job at least of being able to keep the Ash out.
Generally speaking, they're looking to waste as much time as possible. If you can take a man or 2 with you, that's absolutely fantastic. Burn some utility, but it's not essential, so 1.5 minutes is a good job for Aroma. Great double kill coming out. Karjeka, Shepard, and another one for Karjeka. That now leaves us in a 4 versus 2 with only a minute left on the clock. Karjeka gets 3 on the game, 4 versus 1 now, and this is Karjeka living up to exactly what we've seen through the Pro League season so far, and that is an absolute powerhouse on defense. He's right up there towards the top of the leaderboard in terms of frags, but most of them have come on defense, and this is exactly...
And Fnatic just didn't stand a chance when it came to trying to get a plant down.
Very
trying to play aggressively, very commonly used in conjunction with someone trying to push or enter a room. It just means that any defenders that are in there that have been droned out cannot move, and it makes it a very simple job of simply
looking for a fight in that position. And he's going to need clearing out of theatre. They can't ignore him, and they can't leave him, because if they do, then Joystick's going to move away and hit you.
Actually defending the site they are trying to hold. So the vertical control is being opened up right now. Karjeka is going to find one on towards Tex as he pushes his way up towards 90, makes that a second one as that brings down Virtue as well. One of the big fraggers so far for Fnatic. Magnet's trying to see what he can do to contest, and will contest in fashion. Find himself a double kill before Dan finds Mentalist. Lusty onto Scyther. We're down to a 2 versus 2. 50 seconds left on the clock, the main lobby, so he's now got to circle himself all the way back across and find this. But in fact, his answer is, you know what, forget the diffuser. I'm going to do something unexpected and find myself some kills from the back.
And just getting the kill and getting him off the map.
Just to aim to lock down Hooker and Billy to make it very...
It's not about capturing the drones, it's not about being able to use them for yourself necessarily. If you get one, it's a bonus, of course.
Bale in towards the courtyard unless he holds his firm and tries to go for the fight. But he's moved again, and now they know where he is once again. Now is the time to push, and he gets lost out from the roof. Magnet picks him off, Tex finds one onto side.
And moved himself to that courtyard hole just to get onto the angle that was needed to clear luggage for his teammate as quickly as possible.
They know they need to move because they've been droned out. They're basically stuck. They're in a loss situation, and this is looking like a massive loss for Team Empire. Almost a flawless round coming through. Do much. He does bring down Mentalist, but in a 5 versus 1 in 40 seconds left on the clock. well, there's not really much hope for them here, is there, Ace?
This is a 1 in 10,000, 1 in 100,000 success rate. You know, once upon a time, he was practically impossible to play against. Since coming in here, and for
How's Magnet got here?
Success just tells you that it removes that fear from them. Out comes the nade and forces Sider away. Virtue gets the kill onto Dan, and Magnet gets one onto Shepard, and already site control is in the hands of Fnatic, and they can think about potentially even getting a diffuser down here. As it comes, there will be a challenge from 90.
Oh my god.
Magnet will get himself another 2. That's a triple on the round, and there's a potential for 4 for him. Sider and Joystick being the victims. Kajeka now left all alone, and
wow. Not see that attack coming in from the Buck as he took over Aqua. 5 rounds of their defense. No reason why Empire shouldn't try and do the same. It is one of those maps where he is very effective.
So basically, what Fnatic are going to try and do here is they're going to get themselves in upstairs. They're going to look to get the kills onto Joystick and Kajeka, usually by challenging them 1 or 2 at a time if they can do. So if Joystick manages to get
about that, let's just push through Kitchen. Now you're going to have the Goya waiting, but it's Virtue who wins that gunfight. Lusty is free to go for the plant here. No one is there to stop him because everyone is so busy on the upstairs. They're going to get away with it as well, almost, I think, but no, they won't, because Dan from across the way is going to shut everything down. Fnatic have been torn asunder down to a 4 versus 1. It looks so good. It was such a good plan, but Empire, they were ready, they were prepared, and it's again Magnet entire by himself here trying to make only in the UK, they might say, but hey, we may yet see Fnatic versus Empire go that way.
I like to see from a team captain and IGL.
All about working the magic.
Trade. So it's a yes-no situation for each round. Any round that you do one of those rounds, you have done something that impacts the game. And we see an impact coming in there as versus 4. We can see the Mozzie of, I would imagine, Kajeka, and would be correct, is just in courtyard. He will get caught out with his movement here. He's positioned there specifically to try and attack on Tidge from roof, and that is something that they need to be more aware of. Here comes the attempt at the execute. They've started to bait out the utility, so that is one toxic babe down. They don't have time to bait
out to make Aqua safe. So all we had to see from Empire was sit back, play.
Now come through and sweep this one from under them, moving on.
Every single round in that second half was taken by Fnatic when it came to an opening kill. Just goes to show they're not and everything else that comes with it and saying we're happy to contest. This time round though, it's Empire finding themselves a couple of opening kills. Magnet
places like Japan, teams like Norarengo are teams that Fnatic are regularly playing, so going up against the high gun skill team, they are not afraid, and they have shown that today. We can see now Mentalist working his way in quietly, and he will get the kill onto Dan, so that's the top fragger.
Basically going to be pushing him blind. Let's see if he can make it work, or if Empire can shut him out before that comes to be. There's one shut down there pretty much immediately. The rest comes down to the gunfight, so into a 2 versus 2, and the plant is not going to be able to go down. Very smart. Aqua entirely by himself. And what's happening there is we're seeing Fnatic say, you know what, let's push as a 2.
That it tells you that they're just fulfilling another task and that they are contributing to the team, so that's a nice addition. How about this?
Oh my god!
A huge start from Virtue, coming in with a big triple kill. He will take out Sider, Kajeka and Dan.
Empire, beautiful start to the round, and now Empire are pretty much guaranteed to lose this.
And that's to 10 deaths. He has had a plan, but other than that, he's been a little bit quiet by his own standards. As it stands, he just gets a few shots into Mentalist on site there, but Fnatic are playing this absolutely perfectly. Out comes the C4 toss, but they are happy to just hold their locations. They don't need to do a thing here. This is all on Shepard to make something happen. He needs to try and break these engagements down. The last thing Shepard wants to do is find himself challenging 2 players at once. That's how he will lose his life. What he needs to do is get one.
The Lion charge. There is no situation in which you walk away from that alive.
They're going to look to get in there and clear any Empire members on the top floor so that they can start opening the floor up in Hooker and Billiards and hands playing. So that's something they need to be aware of. I don't think Fnatic have got anybody upstairs at the minute, but how about that for a C4 toss?
But Kajeka netted that kill and has bailed the hell out of there. He doesn't want to be involved anymore. And what on earth was that potato play from the 2 players? Kajeka tries his best with the shotgun, but
are made about who takes an early advantage in this fixture. Joystick is fighting hard for his team with a kill onto Mentalist, but Virtue will trade that one back out. This last round is so indicative of the entire match that we have seen so far. Kills being traded, blows going back and forward. Dan with a huge kill onto Magnet. 5 seconds left to go. Fnatic have to make something happen. Lusty is in sight with the diffuser. Jumps in, gets one.
Oh, the echo!
Level. you know, we see Goyo down there quite often now. So
you'll fire off the corridor, for example. You all drop and you go for the plant from there.
On the flank. So what you have to do is move in through blue stairs. You have to clear him out, and basic on blue stairs. They send in the blitz, but he'll just be shot in the back by Dan. It was that easy. They have to be aware of both sides of that. We can see Joystick looking to move up and challenge. Will get a kill onto Virtue, and Gun being put to great use at the top of blue stairs. And right now, I feel like Fnatic have no plan to clear Joystick out. Kills at the bottom, kills at the top. He'll get them anywhere. He doesn't care, and he is absolutely decimating Fnatic right now. Tex finally moves in and gets the kill, but with only 10 seconds left to go, this is going to be a desperate rush into site, and Empire, I am almost certain, will cut Fnatic apart.
They will absolutely try as well. The drop, the Hail Mary comes out of Magnet as he tries to go in. Will find one. That's a double kill in this round, but the reload was coming through. Doesn't matter as the diffuser's gone down. The kill will come out anyway, and Empire will, I've got to admit, rightly so, take this round away. That was such a strange attack coming out of Fnatic. It was enough to slow them down when the push did finally come through, and a lot of utility was expended trying.
Clean and simple being shot out. We can see we have got 8 left on the board.
Slightly bugged at the moment. You don't always see them when they're dead. They can be dead but appear alive, so let's not rely too much on that information in this instance. But for Dan finding that opening kill onto Tex.
A little bit quiet on coastline, and it really did impact the team. But second kill for him, so
Joystick.
One from Dan coming in, so that's 2 for Dan, 2 for Joystick, and that will now leave us in a 5 versus as a pair and pick up a trade. The last thing they want is for Virtue to be able to pick. We know Virtue's a gunner. We don't want them picking up. We don't want him picking.
It's not really been necessary, as they have won every single round by a landslide. It was 2 members left alive back.
We've spoken about entry kills an awful lot today. We did speak about it in the Navi game as well. But interestingly, Fnatic do very well when they come out and get
playing in duos. You kind of go off the back of that and make it work. Now there's a big drop coming in here as well. A bit risky always to drop in straight through the skylight, but they're going to go for it as well and try and push it towards the elevators. But Empire don't care. Still going to turn this round into so many kills for themselves. And finally, Mentalist will get...
Should have had so much success from. We can see the blitzes, but also wasted over 2 minutes of the round before they could get into any sort of position of control.
A bit easier to push. Now you've got to deal with grenades potentially raining in though, mind you. Still has the Grisbot mine down on the wall up towards the left of the doorway, which can give them a great opportunity to find a kill. And speaking of finding a kill, well, it's all down to Dan here getting a kill on towards Magnet, and the Blitz, well, not going to beat Dan in this head-to-head. As where there are 2 members waiting for them, this is going to be tough.
Joystick happy to move out of there now. He's wasted almost all of the round. 2.5 minutes gone off the clock, and he's still living to fight. Dan is holding himself tight in that corner of servers. I'm not sure if they're aware of his location. Lusty will move in and get a kill, but he's not aware, as Lusty and Tex will fall foul of Dan, and that will be a nice double kill for him, leaving us now in a 1 versus 4. Virtue has it all to do. He will start doing some of it with a kill onto Dan, but still 1 versus 3. Out goes the Nitro for when the inevitable drop comes. He's going to have to move into sight. Either that or you take it as an unofficial.
But Mentalist has currently got minus 15 points after 4 rounds. It's an breach coming through, still seeing the Ash being brought by Tex. And Dan already is going to find out one of those. That's the Hibana.
Impacting operators. It's a real impact operator, and it's sort of all or nothing. It either really works or it really doesn't. And we can see he will move in and take shots.
Oh, Joystick.
Just on the other side. They will not quite come together here. I'm not sure they're exactly aware of where each other are, but Joystick will take shots through the barricade. Won't actually land any onto Magnet. But again, it's just this game of ring around the roses, just wasting more time. He will drop over the balcony and just live.
Relying a lot on Magnet, though, to make work happen on the downstairs. They know exactly where he is. He instantly toggles over to watch in the elevator, but sadly doesn't land those crucial shots. Around, of course, Sim and Virtue doesn't spend the next 35 seconds doing nothing. That is a drop shot and a half, by the way. What a play. Finds himself a double kill. But still, it's 3 members left alive, and we've already seen Virtue in this situation on coastline in a 1 versus 5. We said at the time it was pretty much an impossible feat, a 1 in a million opportunity. Can this be the 1 in a million ace?
I love that kill from Virtue. That was an absolute beauty. I hope we see that in the highlights. Fine.
It's not been a positive start.
Not when you've got 2 on 8 for Empire, you know.
And I almost feel it's come a little bit too little too late. Mentalist on that Capital would have loved to have seen it come through in earlier rounds.
That's it, I think here. Mentalist only on 1 kill so far. Magnet will open things up though with an initial kill on...
Be able to contest Virtue if he was going to stay on the car park, but he has now moved away. Dan is going to even things out with a kill onto Mentalist before Tex goes, you know what, Dan? It's time to get traded. And down he will go before yet another trade comes back. It's a trade for the trade for the trade for the trade here as Virtue picks.
He does have C4 in hand, so there are a couple of things in his favour, and he's got a very good gun, let's not forget. He's in sight, and the pressure is going to start mounting, but with 15 seconds left on the clock, moves need to be made here. Virtue looking to head into sight, and he will start to get the diffuser down. He's got a Blackbeard covering him. This is a nightmare situation for Shepard now. Can he deny this? There is information, but he will hit the back. He knew where his cover was, he knew where he could and couldn't be pushed from, and he knew, obviously, that Janitor, before you get anywhere near any utility, that's what happens, it gets shot out. So generally speaking, corridor, and he can get himself just locked into that little sort of side vault, and he can provide information on any of the stairs. As you say, Des, in comes the drop, but in comes the kill from Mentalist onto Sider. 5 versus quickly. Lusty is pinned down by Kozheka here. Dan gets the kill with that F2. Lusty will win out over Kozheka, and that leaves us 4 versus 3. 10 seconds left on the clock, and Empire need to make a move right now. The only move happening though is Magnet with a kill onto Joystick. Dan, Shepard get one apiece, and this is coming down to a very late flurry, but without the diffuser going down for
example, just sat back and let Empire come to. Generally is going to be a better choice for you to bring along towards these sites. Expect the same thing again though, where it comes into
have that, but they do have Zephyrs, the charge as well, very useful from the new UI, so we can see what is what on each attacker. Lusty will get the opening kill onto Shepard, and again, just a little bit of momentum now being built up by Fnatic. Empire need to be careful that they don't let that get out of themselves, and they certainly won't want to see a repeat of that now.
Absolutely not. They do have this control on the top floor. You mentioned the Zofia earlier on. With those breach charges, will give her a lot more soft destruction to start opening things up. But if you lose your gunfights once those explosives have been used, well, what more can you say? Joystick and Dan are going to step up there and find 2 kills. 1 Tex. That leaves only Magnet and Lusty left to arrive. A Valkyrie and a Mute may potentially have C4s on side. Magnet does still have one, but right now he's holding
to Valkyrie's head on the stairs and reacted instantly with a fantastic kill onto Lusty. He's really had a storming game this time out. We see the diffuser go down now. Magnet in a 1 versus 2 after he manages to clear Dan out. The problem is he has an active diffuser that he needs to disable. He moves in. Is he going to catch one of the Empire members there just on the stairs with his back towards him? Is he going to catch him? That's an interesting one. Joystick just flanking around. Magnet has the potential to get in there. He has a little think about going for the disable, I think, but he knows he needs to move and get at least 1 kill now. As one he will get onto Sider. This could be a 1 versus 3 disable clutch if he can make this. Last challenge coming in now to Joystick. He's going to start going for the disable. Joystick will move in. He's moved away and he'll get the kill. What a play from Magnet, but he doesn't have the time. They have games to be played. There is absolutely no doubt of that, and it wouldn't surprise me for a second if they were to come in with an upset. I'm not sure that's going to be the case today as Joystick gets that opening kill. And
there's anymore. He's now moved off and is now inside the building instead.
Out comes a great kill from Lusty, taking Kozheka out. Joystick will get another for himself though. Shepard following that up.
But for the members of Fnatic, there's been a lot of running around downstairs, a lot of craziness going on. We're seeing even more of that now. Mentalist is in a final opportunity here to save the hopes for them. In a 1 versus 2, gets this one out as well. Sorry, it was in a 1 versus 3, but turns it into a 1 versus 2. Still got all the work to do for himself and needs a 4K if they're going to convert this round into anything good for them. Tries to push around the
go into now and just try to challenge Empire, especially when Dan and Kozheka are just